Appreciate it. Did you know that Seattle leads the nation in office rent declines? And usually when we say rent goes down, you're like, well, that's great news. No, it really isn't. Certainly not in this context. Why is it going down? Because there's so many vacancies, particularly in downtown Seattle. There are a lot of businesses who are not going back into the office for a variety of reasons. But when specifically we're talking about downtown Seattle, it's because people don't feel safe. It was overpriced to begin with. And sure, they'll pay for slightly higher rent if there's some sort of status associated with the location, but there isn't. There's just a whole lot of homeless people and open-air drug use and crime, and they're just choosing not to do it. You've got a vacancy rate that's still about 30, almost 35%. It's like 34 point something percent, which is insanely high. That is insanely high. And they're looking at the data, and this is how you can read between, or here's how you can decode some of the bad faith or just really bad reporting on all of this. You'll get some story about, this huge company leasing this massive office space in downtown Seattle, 20,000 square feet across 5 different floors, spending $1 billion to blah, blah. And they'll put it out there and the news will cover it. And it will include some line from either a lawmaker or some advocate for the area, essentially a lobbyist, who will say, see, Seattle is alive and well. And then you'll have editorializing in talk radio or in columns somewhere or on a podcast saying, see, the conservatives, they're lying to you about the death of Seattle. Look at this. They're spending all this money. Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is literally everything else. They've not been seeing some of the bigger companies investing downtown because for them, there is some prestige in saying you're in a city with Seattle in it. That's still the reality. It's all the other space, the space that truly does account for the heart of a community or a business district. It's not just Amazon. Amazon is not going to completely leave Seattle at any point in the near future. Payroll tax might push them out of the state at some point, but not in the near future. We're talking about everything else. And it's good to have an Amazon, but Amazon alone cannot save downtown Seattle. It can't just be on them. It can't just be on the big business. We got to see the small, mid-sized businesses. And they're just saying, no. Some of them are still relying on the work from home model in many cases, not necessarily because they want to, but because it's just cheaper for them. And when we're talking about smaller businesses, mid-sized businesses, especially in tech where we're seeing a whole bunch of folks being laid off, they don't want to put their money into real estate if they don't have to, if they feel like they just absolutely don't have to. So this is just really, really bad. If you are in a position where you're looking to move and you do have to be in an office, I will say you can get some really great deals right now. The landlords of these properties are offering huge concessions to get people to move in. And that means really flexible lease terms. We're not going to have you have to sign like a 5-year term. They're giving a, lower rate than you would otherwise expect, throwing in parking, things like that do add up. So I suppose if you're in a position where you absolutely need to have office space, or let's say you're getting kicked out of the current place you're at, or your lease is up and they're going to, bulldoze the building, you can probably find some really great things. You do have to contend, though, with the realities of working downtown. And especially at night, it's not great. And I say this as someone who I got a dog in April of last year. I don't think we've talked about this yet. Yeah,
it was like a year and a half ago.
I know. My bad. I forget.
More than that.
Yeah, almost 2, really. His name is D'Artagnan, and his daycare is not in downtown, but it's right nearby. And for me to get there, if I'm taking the bus, which I usually do when I'm taking him because I like to walk in the morning and the afternoon or evening, I have to get off the stop in downtown. It's always an adventure. And by adventure, I mean, how many discrete photos can I take of homeless drug addicts without them noticing and then attacking me? And it's become a game. I've only almost got caught once. Now, it just turns out that the person who almost caught me was holding what looked like a sword. So that one was a real close call. I did get yelled at once by a drugged out homeless person who caught me. And then I showed my phone after I quickly swiped it down. Like, what are you talking about? And she goes, I think I even recorded it. I think she goes, I saw you swipe down. But she didn't attack me at least. And I just kept on walking. And I didn't have D'Artagnan with me at the time because he would be good to protect me because he will cut you if you even just look at me in a friendly way. He's always perceiving threats against me, which I can appreciate. The only person in my life who will defend me. You won't.
Physically? Yeah, probably
Or
not.
nothing. No, emotionally. Verbally. You're not going to do. What are you going to do? Curly accused me of being on GLP-1s. What'd you say?
I've never heard him say that, so...
I told you
I never butted in.
Yeah, a true producer who is loyal would have proactively gone up to him and say, look, I don't like this. I don't like this. You know damn well he's been going to the gym and being all biohackery for almost 7 months now.
I need to address the elephant in the room.
Just address it.
And that's not a fat joke.
You son of a... I also say, you know why he's not going to do it? Because it's not in pill form. Pill form, he'll do it in a heartbeat. I have no stigma at all. You give me a pill to take, I already take 100 supplements. Just throw in another pill. I'm not going to inject myself with a needle. I even remember looking at it because I tried to see, because I can do the self-injector thing but a syringe. The self-injector was like $2,000 or something a month. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'll just work hard. $2,000? What are you, nuts? 1-800-465-8770 for your text messages. You are listening to The Jason Rant Show on Seattle Red. Online at seattlered.com.